Hey folks, we're back. We're doing another best of one Phyrexia I will be one draft. Let's hop right into our pick one, pack one. Okay. Good options here. Kemba's a great card. It's a good rare. Kemba, obviously it's great in equipment deck, but even if you're not in equipment deck, it's just 2 mana 2/2 that down the road is like a nice mana sink. Obviously it's at its best. Far, far, far at its best in the equipment deck. So we'll take it. Would love the War Whip out of this pack. Probably the best equipment. That and the flying one are fantastic. Well, and like the Dragon Glider too. The flying one I'm talking about is the Hover Wings. Dragon Glider probably is the best one, but it's rare. Let's take the Kimba. Other picks in here, probably the War Whip, if Kimba wasn't here, or like the Strider's good, Mantis is good, Rabble's good, Skitterling's good in a Toxic deck, but yeah, I think Kimba's far and away the best pick here, so we'll take that. And our next pick, Convert's great. Good 2-drop, keeps us open. Tempted to just absolutely force equipment with Kimba, but they'll come. For now, let's take the Convert and stay open, just in case we don't end up red and white. It would be silly to force the splitter here. Only the white card is Duelist, and Convert's just better. Helps with splashing, helps with ramping. We'll take that. Alright, next pick. I could take the Helm, but I think I'm going to take the best card in this pack, which is probably Vorak. Skull Dweller's good too, I like that card a lot. But I think Vorak is just a really good, high quality green common, so I'm going to take that. Yeah. I mean, Skull Dweller's good. Blocks the biggest creatures, gets in for Toxic early. I think Vorak's just a little bit better, but I don't know, actually. Skull Dweller's uncommon. Maybe we'll take the Skull Dweller and see what else we get. I really like Vorak, but this just blocks anything, so let's take it. Alright, here, immediately past... Well, I mean, we could try and go the Toxic route. Here's a Duelist. Golem's really good if you go the Oil route, which, I mean, there's a Mantis and a Cultivator here. Duelist and Skitterling are the best fit for what I have so far. Maybe we're looking to be more Toxic. I mean, let's take Duelist. Skitterlings, I think, is better if we know that we're black-white. But Duelist seems like a safer pick because I would certainly play it in a deck with Kimba because it wears equipment well. But I'll also happily play it if we do end up black-white. So I think that's the safest pick. Seeing Golem and Mantis and Cultivator in here is also kind of enticing, but we'll take this for now. And next we have a Complete Devotion. Probably take that. I already have 2 Toxic creatures. I like Sprinter in the oil decks. Whisper's really good and it proliferates. Not a whole lot else in here that I love. Devotion's a nice combat trick and card draw, so we'll take that. Hang on to our white start. Okay, here's Attendant. That's a good pick. Sticking with white here. It's a good Toxic card. Another Geth. We see like 3 of those every draft. Yeah, I think Attendant is an easy pick here. Another Toxic creature. And again, Kimba may just end up being a 2/2 for us that can spit out cats, which is fine. Well, I mean, here's a Splitter. Charforger too. We want to like splash any red equipment. What does this one do? Okay, puts oil counters on creatures. Expanse seems okay. I'm tempted to play the Charforger. Two bodies in one. I think it's splashable if we end up just white-black. We can splash red, and that way we can play Charforger and any really good equipment we get with Kimba. So let's take it over next to nothing. Alright, here I think Whisper is good removal. Proliferation is good if we end up black-white Toxic. I like Testament Bearer. I think it's actually a pretty good card, but we'll take the Whisper here. Alright, couple of decent red cards. I really like Conviction if we end up the white-black Toxic deck, so I think I'm going to take that because it looks like the direction we're headed. But these red cards, neither of them are bad. Neither of them want me to pivot to red over like black as my second color, but it is early. I mean, the black wave is good, but it's very limited. Let's take the Conviction. Okay, well here we see a splitter. I think we're going to take that over the Rebuke, just because of the upside with Kimba. Okay, Sinew Dancer's good. If you're in the white-black Toxic build, it can be just a pest. I feel like whenever I play against it and see, I just like immediately am filled with dread because it's so difficult to deal with. It just taps down one of your creatures. Okay, got the Skitterling back. That's great. So this looks like a pretty good white-black start. Here, well, Unctus is really good, but I don't think we want to try and pivot to blue at this point. Maybe we just take the Justiciar. It does work early on. Prism could also be a decent pick here. Splashes for me, I can eventually sack it to Skitterling. Kind of just a bad pack overall, isn't it? For the things I want to do. Best card is Unctus, but I think we're a little far off Unctus by now. Feels bad first picking a Justiciar. That's just what we're supposed to do here. Okay, another Skull Dweller. Oh, man, good green in here too. Jeez. Siphoner's also good. I think I'm taking the Skull Dweller. But there's a lot of quality green in here. I mean, if I pivoted to like white-green, I mean, gosh, that is just great with Convictions and Devotions. Maybe it's worth the risk taking a Rot Priest here. I don't know. Skull Dweller is certainly the safe pick, but Rot Priest is a fun pick. I'm going to take the Skull Dweller. More of a constructed... It's good. But now with two Skull Dwellers, a Whisper, and a Skitterling, it's kind of hard to move away from that. I'll take the Shepherd here. A couple of good picks. I would love on the wheel to see Whisper or Charge or Apostle even. We should be able to corrupt people no problem. Or even the Edifice. Like, there's a lot of good cards I'll take on the wheel here. At this point, we're probably off the splitter. I'm going to hang on... Probably at the Charforger too. Yeah, let's take the Shepherd. I'll still probably, like I said, play Kimba. If I pick up a few equipment on the way, great. Take Chorus is fantastic. I would also happily play the Head Cleaver. Been impressed with that card. My cat is on the counter. Ruby. Ridiculous. We'll take the Chorus. This deck really wants to go first. Get the Toxic on him early and often. Okay, I think we're actually going to take the Hover Wings. Giving our Toxic creatures flying seems a little too good to pass up. Plus it's good with Kemba. Pumps the one Justiciar we already have. I know we're kind of going between like Artifact / Toxic, and Duelist is great in those Toxic decks, but Hover Wings I think just helps. What I found with these Toxic decks, they get some Toxic in early, but then they kind of just stall out and don't do much after that, and so the Wings is a card that can help push this deck through. Okay, Drown is fantastic. Would also play the Glider here, the Inquiry. Grimdark's good top end in black too, but I'm going to take the Drown. It's easy here. Pick 6. I think black was the right decision. Scrap Trap, not bad top end. Proliferates twice. Again, can help this black and white Toxic build get to the finish line, which sometimes is a struggle. Happily take it. Another Devotion. I already have 12 creatures. Yes, let's take the other Devotion. We have so much Toxic that this should often be drawing us a card, so let's take it. This one's a bit of a miss. We're probably not going to play Testament Bear. Let's take the Prism in case we open an absolute bomb. We just have to splash. Gladiator we can play. I prefer not to, but it's okay. Jeez, got Edifice. I'm going to take it. It's not toxic, but it's just such a good tempo play. Like if you're getting a 3-2 on the board and removing one of their creatures, I think it's better than Whisper, even though, like I said, it doesn't contribute to the toxic plan. Helps with Justiciar too, so it's a pretty good start here. Inquiry's a good pickup. Happily take that. Play at least one of those. Alright, a good start here. Let's see if we can get some black or white bombs. Actually, I'll play one, tap one. Ooh, jeez. Man. It's just going to be hard to cast this. Probably want to play one more black because I have 2 Skull Dwellers. But I also have Sinew Dancer and I don't know, it would be fun. But it's just too easy for them to pacify it. I think Ossification is just too good of a removal to... Phyrexian Vindicator, like I said, it's fun, but not the smartest pick here. That goes out. Ooh, Sentry's fantastic. It's also an artifact. Geez, there's also a Raptor here that I would love on the wheel. Maybe this other Edifice wheels, the first one did, but Sentry is a great pickup. Happy to see that. And again, it's another artifact, so we'll take that. Ooh. Skrelv is great. Wow. And there's a Disruption, and a Duelist, and a Head Cleaver. I would play all of those happily, but I think Skrelv is just exactly what we want here. This deck looks fun, for sure. I think we want the charge here, actually. Phyrexian Arena could be fun, but we're not trying to... I don't know. I'm going to take the charge. Drukadine's good, but it doesn't even make me regret like not going the full-on red-white Kemba plan because we haven't seen that many equipments aside from some splitters, which aren't great equipments. Okay, Apostle is top end. I'm going to take it. I don't know that I'll end up playing it, but we might. We'll see. Surprise, surprise. Another Geth. Another Hover Wings here. 4 mana 3/2 flyer doesn't seem bad. It's only 3 to equip. Again, good with Kimba. I'm going to take that. I'm not going to... Well, Injector's good too, actually. It's also equipment. I think I'm going to take that. I've played this card before, and it actually is not terrible. And it's equipment for Kimba. Okay, another Complete Devotion. We'll see if we end up playing all of them. Another Justiciar that we probably don't end up playing. Another Edifice. We're going to have some tough cuts here. I only want to play one Sinew Dancer. I don't want to play 2 of those. We're kind of like part artifact equipment, part toxic. We kind of do both fairly well, though. Let's see, this is going to be tough to build this one out. I think this deck can be 16 lands. I mean, look at the 2s and 3 drops we have. I think if we're winning, it's not going to be top-end damage with Apostle, so I'm going to cut that. Plenty more creatures to cut. That makes me confident in going to 16 lands. I like the Conviction in these decks. I like the Whisper. Injector's fun. Maybe we don't need the Injector. We just have... It's good, though. Especially with Kimba. Maybe we... I kind of like Inquiry, too. Gets the Toxic online. Jeez, this is tough. Sinew Dancer really helps with these Toxic decks to get there, but with everything else we're doing, maybe that's a cut. Maybe one complete Devotion. Well, let's do creatures first. I mean, we have 18 creatures, including the Hoverwings, so... we kind of like them all, though. Maybe it's one Justice here. Maybe it's just one Edifice. I have 8 artifacts for the Justiciars. I think we're going to end up cutting one Devotion. I like keeping both Injector and the Hoverwings for the Kimba. And again, these are both just good on their own too, even if we don't draw Kimba. Two more cuts. Maybe it's one Edifice, maybe two is taking like a bit too much damage. They are really good if the opponent has a 1 toughness creature, but maybe it's an Edifice. That seems wrong though. Seems like a cool deck. I'm having a tough time with cuts here. I like Sinew Dancer. I should be able to get Corrupted online a lot here. But maybe that's a cuttable card. Maybe it's one Edifice. I like Scrap Trap as top end. Maybe it's one Edifice and the other Justiciar. We just have so many other things going on that I don't think we need them as 2-drops here. Okay. Alright. We'll try this deck out. It seems like a really fun, fast deck. We'll run it like this and we'll see you in the first match. Alright. Coming into game 1. Got our handy dandy craft beer to get us through. It'll give us the strength we need. This is a keep. Convert into Hoverwings seems pretty good to me. Man, if we just like substituted the planes for one of our 1-drops, this hand would be really freaking nice. Still not bad as it is. I think we're actually supposed to play Duelist first now. It's a little strange, but it blocks the chorus. Toxic on toxic crime. Let's get in with Duelists and just play Attendant, probably. I'm gonna take another hit from the Raptor. That's okay. Next turn we can play Hoverwings, or we can still play Scrap Trap if we wanted to. that ain't good. Ay, ay, ay. I'm in a little bit of trouble here, but let's go ahead and do... Duelist can still block other duelists. Let's get in with Attendant. We're gonna need to keep some pressure on here. I think their toxic deck is just a little bit better than mine. They just have a better quality toxic deck than I do, I think, sadly. As much as I hate it. Because, yeah, I mean, they can give their duelist flying next turn and pretty much seal the game. Yeah, I think I should play Scrap Trap. I'll let them do the math. It's not looking good, though. So they give their duelist flying. Yeah, actually, that's game if they pop off the Skull Bomb. Man, the duelist didn't work for him. Good for them. Duelist with the Raptor. And Chorus Duelist Raptor is just a disgusting curve in these decks. Good game. Alright. See if they actually attack with it. Yeah, they will. I'm not even gonna check. Alright, we'll see you at the next one. Alright, coming to game 2. Man. It's keep. It's not a fun keep, but it's keep. Also going second. Oh no. Come on. Give me my black mana. Yes. Good draw. I'll happily trade Ambassador for the Chorus. I might just use this now. Yeah, before they can pay the mana to make it indestructible. Alright, we're off and running. If I draw another land, I can play Sentry on whatever they play. Good enough for me. Don't love Sentrying a Might, but gets rid of it permanently, and want to save my harder removal, I guess you could call it, for these things. Yep. Good draw. I think we are going to drown their rabble. And have them both get rid of their 1/1. And ossification for anything they might play. Hopefully they play something big. Rabble is actually a really good play for them. Let's do it like this. I could have done it on the Sentry, and that would have been a pretty good play, but this way we have a conviction. Can use that to keep our might alive. Still ossificate anything big they might play. And if they kill my additional might, that's fine. Out pretty well. Yep, perfect. I'd love to see it. Get him to 9 toxic. Ossificate. Oops. And next turn we can play the Mr. Gulp. We don't even need to, we can just get in with one of these. There's a lot of things that win us the game next turn. GG's? GG's? Maybe? There it is. Alright. 1-1. We'll see you for the next one. Alright. Coming into game 3. Going first. Have a 1-drop. Would love to find my white eventually, but for now we will keep this. Worst case scenario, they play like a... Let's see. There's a lot of 1-drop creatures in this format, so... Oh. Let's get it online. Come on, white land. White land, white land, white land. Ah. Hold back for now. Not a bad trade. A trade I honestly wouldn't mind making, but... Gotta hit our white. That's not what we wanted to see. Guess we're not doing anything again. That's not what this deck wants to see. This deck being my deck. Man, I feel like whenever I'm watching people online who play 16 lands, they just have no issues hitting both colors. And I guess this is my first game out of 3 that I'm having a few issues, so I guess you can't complain too much. boy, that is a bummer. I just need white lands or black spells that aren't more than 3, which I have a lot of here. I guess the Skull Dweller's doing its job, keeping them at bay. That's going to be pretty good for them. Jeez. Yikes. Alrighty. Bummer. Well, that's magic. Just incredibly punished for playing 16 lands. I'm just gonna send the house here. Fine, I mean, Skull Dweller and Skitterling are keeping him back a little bit, I guess. Come on, white land. No, 80 land even would have been... Oh, man. Hit him with a nice... This is a huge bummer. This is a massive bummer. Alright, we'll see you in the next one. That was a rough one. Come on. Just show me both colors from the start. I've weirdly lost both games I've gone first. Game 1 I lost it and had one of my 1-drops in this game. I guess I'm gonna keep it. Just need to hit that black and we're in good shape. I said that last game when I just needed to hit white. And spoiler, we did not hit white, but we're gonna risk it this time. And just think if I had a white and a black here, that would just be incredible. This would be a really good hand. As it is, Skrelv is a good turn 1 play, so we'll just be happy with it. There you go, just gonna draw all black spells probably. Oh, how is this happening? Ay, ay, ay. Like last game it was all black and now it's all white. Gotta be like something in between we can do, right? Figure something out in between here. Come on. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Oh my god. What do you have to do? This is not me, right? Like, this is... I... I don't understand. I know I'm playing 16 lands, but that still means there's 8 of each color. The fact that I haven't hit a single one now... Like, 4 blacks last game, 3 whites this game, that is infuriating. Like... Again, like, I know you risk that when you play 16 lands. I guess that's on me, but I have literally 2 5-drops, like 2 4-drops. Like, I feel like this is definitely a 16 land deck. Now I just gotta survive. $100 that I draw a scrap trap here. Who wants to bet? Alright, well, we went 1-3. 1-1, feeling good about ourselves, and we immediately rip. I don't even know. Like, man, that's tough. Well, luckily this was a short run, which means we'll probably try another here soon. So thanks for tuning in. Glad you were able to laugh at my incredibly stupid run here. Right? I mean, am I crazy for playing 16 lands here? I don't think so. Look at all these 1 and 2 drops and 3s. Like, I don't know what a guy's supposed to do. Alright, well, thanks for tuning in and watching me suffer. We'll see you all next time.